Hey everybody, Jim here from coolchords.com, and in today's lesson we're going to be covering AC/DC's Highway to Hell from the classic Highway to Hell album. Before we begin, we're going to mention to you right now that we're tuned to standard tuning, which is pretty straightforward. If you're not sure what that means, you can look that up looking at one of our other videos that explains tuning. And we'll talk about right away the basic chords that we're going to be using in this song, really simple chords. So one of them is going to be the A5 chord, or the A power chord, playing the open A string, the 5th string, and then putting your first finger on the 2nd fret of the D string. So you're playing these two notes essentially. The open A and this note here, which is an E, played on the 2nd fret, using our first finger like this. I'm playing them separately so you can hear them, but then when we play the song, we play them together. Now, feel free to also capture the 2nd fret on the 3rd string using the same first finger, just to thicken the chord up a bit. So that's probably what's happening during the performance of the song on the record, on the recording. So we use a A5 chord, A major or A5. And then the next chord, it's basically a D, but to thicken it up, I believe it's Angus who plays the intro to the song, Angus Young, he reconfigures the way he plays the D chord. So he basically abandons the first finger, gets rid of it, takes the 2nd finger to take the job of what the first finger was doing. So basically we've got the 2nd finger on the 3rd string, 2nd fret, right there. 3rd finger, where it usually is in a D chord, on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. We're not even going to be playing that high E anymore, so we'll forget about that. But we take our first finger, who's now free, and we move that first finger to the 2nd fret of the low E string. So instead of a D chord like this, where the F sharp is played up high, we're getting rid of that high note, and we're playing the F sharp down here. So, first chord's the A. 2nd chord is this inverted D to a good old-fashioned G major open position. You should know that chord from your standard guitar chord dictionary. So let's run over that again. So we got this chord, and then this chord. So I'll play it all together. I'll count it in too. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. That's the riff. It keeps repeating, continues on and on and on. I'll play it for you one more time. So, A chord, inverted D to the G, repeat that, back to the A. You've heard it a million times. Great classic rock and roll rhythm guitar. So, simple, just repeats. Feel is everything here. So, muting, covering the strings up to keep them quiet. Now, I'm going to talk about one important thing. To my ear, when I listen to this song, it sounds like this is happening. Now, I'm being a bit of a stickler for detail, and if you didn't do that, it probably doesn't make too much of a difference. But if you want to try this, it'll help just with the authenticity of the performance. So, to break down what I'm talking about, for that inverted D, where we play the F sharp down on the low E string, I believe what's happening is we're just playing, for the most part, the regular D chord, and then adding the F sharp. Instead of just hitting the F sharp both times, I believe this is happening. So let's do that in context. Get that? So try that and listen to it, and also listen to the original recording and see if you can hear what I'm talking about. Use it, maybe mix it up a bit, do a variation of one or the other. But that's the verse section. So the last time it goes, and instead of going back to the A, go to the E major. And then as it's building up to the actual chorus, get some nice dynamics there where the rhythm guitars are chugging in halfway through, building up to where we end up going to with the chorus. So we're basically imitating what the drummer is doing. So the drummer's got a drumstick performing the snare drum and the floor tom at the same time, kind of building up the feel into what's going to be the chorus. The chorus is really simple. It's the A power chord again. The D, this time the traditional D. Then G, back to D. So we have and it ends on the D. I'm going to count it in this time so you get a better idea of the feel. I was kind of bopping my head to the tempo. If you're watching, you watch my head bopping. But this time I'm going to count it in from the E chord. So we hit the E. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the feel there is 2, 3, 4, and. So on the 4 and, we hit that D chord. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So verse, chorus, second verse, another chorus. And then when we get to the second chorus, they set us up for what's going to be the solo. And the solo will happen over top of the rhythm for the chorus again. So let's just get to that section. And now I'll break it down for you.